One of the last documents that you might need to use in a purchase and sale contract controlling the real estate is the addendum for properties that are in a mandatory homeowners association. So this is this is important that you sit down and you discuss this with the seller on who is the management company and what are their fees, etc., so you can draw this up properly. But the seller needs to do certain things, and they need to be aware of that if the property in fact resides in a mandatory homeowners association. So number one is the address is up here. I ask who is the name of the homeowners association. I live in Frisco, and our homeowners association is SBB Management. So you put in, name of property owners association. You could put in you could put in the subdivision name or whatever the homeowners association is, but then you really want to put slash management. That's really who you're getting. Put the subdivision and then the management company. Down here is check that within so many days, and typically it's 15 to 20 days after the effective date, the seller shall, at seller's expense, deliver the subdivision information to the buyer. And if the buyer doesn't receive the subdivision information, buyer may terminate this deal. If the seller delivers, then the buyer may terminate for any reason 7 days after you receive. So this is key. I'm not a big weasel clause guy, but the fact of the matter is if they don't get you the subdivision information until day 6, or excuse me, day 16, you still have the unrestricted right to terminate this deal. So to me it's kind of a weaselly type of thing to try to back out at the last minute, but if you have to, that clause is in there. And then number 2 is buyer has received it and does approve. You need, if they do give it to you, then you can check that. And then buyer does not require the subdivision information. Heck, you could even check that. I wouldn't recommend it. I would always check number 1, that the seller. But it is a negotiating item, and so I would always get it and basically negotiate what it costs. And that's why I ask when I'm sitting down at the kitchen table with the seller, how much does it cost, and are you willing to pay for that, or do you want me to pay for that, and just negotiate that. So just FYI, what does it cost? It costs around $250 to $350 for this subdivision information, i.e. a resale certificate. And then except as provided by paragraph C, buyer shall pay any and all association fees, other charges resulting from the transfer not to exceed, and I typically put in $50 or $100. All these management companies have these transfer fees, and it's a way for them to keep the lights on. It's a way for them to generate income or revenue from transactions that occur on a daily basis, weekly basis. So you just don't want to get dropped in the grease because some of them charge $400 for a transfer fee. You need to know that, so I would put in $50 as the max that you're willing to pay. Again, it's a negotiating item, but it's something that you guys need to think about. And at the bottom, the buyer, the seller signed. Now, this is signed at the time that you're writing up the purchase and sale agreement. So I want you to not forget about this. There's some key things, and I'll go over the key things. We've got the contract. We've got an addendum to the contract. We've got lead-based paint that we have to think about. We've got the Homeowners Association. We need to have some type of amendment in our folder just in case we need to amend the contract. So those are just some of the supporting contract documents that Tim and I use when trying to control real estate. I hope this has helped. I'll talk to you, and I'll see you on the next video.